Hello guys, si Kayasan pala sa ulit ito at welcome sa episode 10 ng larutan ng The Blackwell Epiphany. So tuloy natin yung adventure ni na Rosa at saka Joey. Okay guys, last episode medyo naipit tayo kasi di ko alam kung anong gagawin dito eh. Hindi tayo makapag-progress eh. Naipit ako, di ko alam kung anong gagawin eh. So napilitan na ako, no choice na ako. So naghanap ako ng guide, binalikan ko yung guide. So tignan natin yung nabasa ko. So ito yung ginagamit kong guide. So ayun, dito sa part na to, dapat pala balik sa address, ito yung letter, itong note na to, yung sa yung do sa babae, yung do sa room, yung sa bahay ni Peter. Ito importante dito eh. Use the note matching feature to link the case number to the cart file. Cart file. Kasi binasa ko naman, di ko kagad napansin na related pala sa cart house yun eh. So balik tayo sa game. Teka. Hindi ko kagad naisip yun. Ano ba yan? So, balik tayo sa game. Teka, gamitin ko nga si Joey. Basahin ko nga ulit ng maigi yung file na yun. Ayan. NYC probation something. Dear Miss, di natin makita yung pangalan. Case number LM67R39. As your probation officer, I am bound to report your absence from our meetings to the proper authorities. I understand your desire to get your head together after the events of the cart house. Ayun. Ito yun nga, na-miss ko kagad yun. But I am afraid I must follow a formal process. Your next appointment is in January 10, 2014. If you attend this and every subsequent meeting promptly and in a proper spirit, I can have your absence from the previous appointment excused. Ayun. Either nakalimutan ko or hindi ko agad napansin yun. So, yung pala dapat gawin ko doon. So, balik tayo kay Rosa. Okay, clues. Card file, tapos tong case.
Bingo. The case number is listed in this file. It belongs to a Maggie Fielding. It appears she was picked up in the raid on the Carth house. She was brought in for an emergency detox and forced to go into rehab. It lists one known family member, a brother, Peter Fielding.
Kapatid niya si Peter. Okay. Fine. So, subukan natin siya kausapin. Okay. Pag hindi, babalik ako doon sa balik ako si Peter. Baka may information pa ganun.
Coming. You again? What is it this time?
Maggie?
You're Peter's sister, Maggie, right?
Sure. Fine, you got me.
Why couldn't you just tell me that before?
Because I'm trying to get healthy, working through the program, admitting I have a problem, just like my sponsor says. All that is the first step. I'm still working on the rest. Talking about Peter, that's step 5. I'm not ready. It's nothing personal. I just need to avoid thinking about him for a while.
And you're doing that by living in his apartment.
May
It's
point
just
si Rosa doon.
temporary. I have nowhere else to go. And besides, what difference does it make? He's gone. He had a stupid accident, and now he's gone.
That's just it, Maggie. It might not have been an accident.
No. Whatever you're thinking, no. I need this to be over, you understand?
Then we need to talk. You can call your sponsor if you want to.
Screw my sponsor. Let's do this.
Mabuti pinapasok tayo, nice.
So, talk.
Peter's death. Why is Peter such a sore subject? Your father. What are you watching? Pick up the card. Sige, importante to eh.
Could you excuse me for just a sec? My shoe is untied.
Sure, I guess.
Thanks.
Smooth.
Okay. What are you watching?
So, what are you watching?
I don't know, some animated thing. Not normally into cartoons, but the ratings say it's good.
Is it?
I guess. They changed the main character's voice after the first episode. but it's not bad. Keeps my mind off, well, the stuff you keep bringing up.
Ano kayang anime yun? Ano daw tag dito, pinapalitan yung talent. Ah, kung dito sa Pilipinas yun, isipin ko Yu-Gi-Oh! Nangyari yun teka. Why is Peter such a sore subject?
Why is Peter such a sore subject with you?
That's between me and him, or his ghost, or whatever.
It might help to talk about it.
I'm still working through the program. Talking about it is step number 5. I'm not ready for it yet.
Okay. Your father.
Could you tell me about your father? He opened the gym, right?
Sure.
Could you tell me anything else about him?
If you want to know about him, you'll have to ask him yourself. Here's his address. He's always home.
Okay. Bagong location, so tanong natin ulit.
Can't you tell me anything about your father?
I told you, ask him yourself.
Okay, so Peter's death.
What do you know about Peter's death?
Just what I was told. That he was fixing a light bulb and fell off the ladder. I remember thinking it was a pretty stupid way to go, especially for him.
How do you mean?
Did you know the guy? He was obsessed with health. To die just falling off a ladder? I always thought he'd outlive the world.
Okay. Check natin notes. Maggie Fielding.
Tell me about yourself.
Opening up is step number 5. I am nowhere near ready yet.
Okay, fine.
I don't think she'd appreciate me asking if she knows any prostitutes. I'll just keep this to myself.
Ray.
Do you know anyone named Ray?
I'm sure I might, but I can't think of anyone.
Okay, Heather Goffstein.
Do you know a woman named Heather Goffstein?
Nope, never heard of her.
Ano masabi mo sa kapatid mo?
How long was Peter working at the gym?
About 20 years? Never thought he'd do it.
Why?
Don't know. He seemed to drift around for a long time. He was a teacher, waiter, construction worker, you name it. Then one day, he decides that taking over Dad's gym is what he has to do. Now the gym is a neighborhood staple. Made it more popular than Dad ever did. Good for him, I guess.
Okay, teka lang. Andali lang guys. May check lang ako sandali sa map. Sa main guide ko. Dali. Check ko lang, teka. Yung susunod na location, sinecheck ko kung saan wala pa. Hindi pa natin na-encounter. So, anyway, back sa game. May kilala ka Benjiro?
Have you ever heard the name Benjiro?
Benjiro? No. Sounds Japanese or something.
Tanya Corsi.
Do you know Tanya Corsi?
Well, I know she's on TV. Or was. Didn't she die?
Yes. She was a member of your brother's gym.
Really? You'd think she'd be working out in some fancy spa. Not my brother's crappy place. Wait, are you saying there's a connection?
No, I'm just looking into it.
Huh. Pete and Tanya Corsi. Now there's an image.
Michael Cooper.
Do you know a Father Michael Cooper?
Look, I don't need a priest. I don't need to be saved. I just need to get healthy.
I'm not asking you to see him. I'm asking if you know him.
Oh. No, I don't know him.
Okay, Grace Group.
Have you ever heard of the Grace Group?
What, those circle jerk meetings my brother went to?
You know about it.
Yeah, I know about it. Peter was a mess before he joined that group. If you ask him, he would say it helped him find himself.
Did it?
Who knows? I thought it was a cult. Might have been better if it was.
Why's that?
Look, never mind. Peter found himself. Good for him. I just have to focus on myself.
Okay, fine.
Well, I'd better get going.
Sure, you know the way.
Okay, so bagong location. Fielding Senior. Unahin na muna natin to.
Wait, this is Greenwood Cemetery.
Alo, ayun. Ito yung next location. So, kailangan kong gumawa ng tracks dito. Teka, saan ba yung balik natin sa browser. Ito. Next location. Greenwood Cemetery. Tapos ulit sa Grace School roof. Although, to sabi dito, kahit ano lang, annoy Joey as soon as you enter a new snowy area. Otherwise, you might miss one. The achievement should unlock after any 12 areas, so you can miss one and still get it. Try not to though. Rosa will reply, she walks in order to keep herself warm. So, so far nakukuha na natin mula 1 hanggang dito sa 11 eh. So ito yung pang 12. Tignan natin kung ma-unlock na siya. So, teka, balik tayo sa game. Game. So, tingnan natin.
Have some respect, sweetheart. The dead got enough problems without you trampling all over them.
Sorry.
Ayun, na-unlock din. Nice. Snowplow. Nakuha na rin. So, yung isa, hopefully, pag natapos yung game, makukuha na natin. So, teka. Hanapin natin yung Hillside 2 Shelter.
It's a little structure overlooking the lake.
Hillside Tomb. Nalala ko tuloy yung Cathy Rain, yung family mausoleum.
There are a lot of family crypts in this cemetery, some going back 100 years.
Tombstone. Ito muna.
This tombstone is faded and hard to read.
Connor Lawrence Fielding. Husband, soldier, father. 6, 12, 30. Pinanganak siya ng June 12, 1932. Namatay siya ng 1993. March 18, 1993. Wala akong makuha information dito Okay. Hindi naman tayo pwede
The exit isn't far. If I really need to get out of the snow, I'll just leave. This cemetery has dozens of tombs. I don't have time to search them all.
Okay, so ano kayong information na nakuha natin? Ano yan? Ano pangalan ulit?
I talk with the dead, not their graves.
Ano pangalan? Ano ulit pangalan? Connor Lawrence Fielding. Check natin sa ay card. Phil's Gym, No Limits. Peter Fielding, gold member. Okay sa card Ano yun? Ano ulit? Teka. Connor Lawrence Fielding, okay. Search natin. Wala. Bago tayo bumalik kay Peter, teka, Joey. Ikaw, may nakikita ka?
I don't need to take shelter. Inside, outside, it's all the same to me. I'm not gonna float around some dead guy's crypt. I might be dead, but I'm not a ghoul.
Okay, so wala na. Bago tayo bumalik kay Peter, balik tayo kay Palmer. Hingi tayong information kay Maggie.
Officer Palmer?
Yeah. What can I do for you?
Okay. Maggie Fielding.
Do you have any information on a Maggie Fielding?
Let me check. Maggie Fielding. Yeah, she was picked up in a raid not too long ago.
A raid?
A drug den in Chelsea. Some dump called the Carth House.
I know it.
Huh. Of course you do.
Anything else?
Just that she and about a dozen others were sent to the hospital for a detox. They were processed and let go.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay, so Connor Fielding naman.
Is there anything in the system about a Connor Fielding? He died about 20 years ago.
Let's see. Our records from back then are a bit spotty, but can't hurt to check. No, nothing comes up, but it's a very common name. Is there anything specific you can tell me about him?
He was in the Army.
Oh, then there might be something in the Veterans Association records.
Aren't those public?
Not everything. But fortunately for you, I can access everything. Okay. Archived records. Connor Fielding. Ah, seriously?
What's wrong?
Idiots. They had no idea how to archive data back then. I can only look them up by service number. You don't know it, do you?
I don't. Sorry.
Well, once you know it, let me know.
Okay, so kailangan natin itanong yun. So, teka. Sige nga.
I probably shouldn't show this list to a police officer.
Okay.
Well, I'd better go. Thanks for the help.
Sure.
So, balikan natin si Maggie muna. Tanong natin yung number. Baka alam niya. Bago si Peter.
Coming. Oh, sure, come on in.
Your father is dead.
So your father is dead.
Yep.
Why didn't you just say that instead of sending me to the cemetery?
The only person to visit Dad was Peter, and he can't do that anymore. I figured Dad could use the company.
Really?
No, not really. I told you, there are things I can't talk about yet.
Okay. Peter visited the cemetery?
You said Peter visited the cemetery.
Once a year, on the anniversary of Dad's death. Peter was a damn saint.
Okay, notes. Connor Fielding.
Can you tell me about your father?
He died over 20 years ago. I don't see how it's relevant to Pete.
Okay, so wala.
Well, I'd better get going.
Sure, you know the way.
Teka nga, Joey. Pasok ka sa pinto. Explore mo muna ulit yung kwarto. Baka merong baka may clue dito sa tatay niya wala. Okay, wala na. So, Rosa, balik na talaga kay Peter. Okay. Okay, asan na yung keycard?
This should get me into Field's gem.
After you, dear.
Okay, teka. Una, ito. Nakapagtaka tong picture frame
That
na to.
picture frame fell off the wall. Nobody's picked it up yet. There we go. Nobody can say I don't do anything nice.
Ayun, ito yung number. 07 023 4541. Teka, mamaya na tayo bumalik kay sabihin natin kay kay Palmer ulit. Sana tinandaan ni
Officer
Rosa
Palmer?
yun.
Yeah. What can I do for you?
Sana tinandaan niya ako, hindi ko matandaan eh.
I found Connor's service number. It's 070-234-541.
That should be all I need. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Connor Fielding. Served in Vietnam from 1966 till 1969. Honorably discharged. Moved with his family to New York a few years later. Huh. That's interesting.
What?
It says here that the police were called to his apartment several times. Reports of raised voices. Possible domestic abuse. No charges were pressed, which is why it wasn't in our police records.
But it's in the military database?
Word gets around. Someone must have noted it in his VA file. Doesn't say much else.
Okay, so wala na. Yun lang mahalaga. Okay.
Well, I'd better go. Thanks for the help.
Sure.
Okay, balikan natin si Maggie. Sana makatulong yun.
Ugh, coming. Oh, sure, come on in.
I learned a bit about your father.
I learned a bit about your father.
You did?
The police were called several times to his house. No charges were made. It's not hard to read between the lines.
Huh. Well, I suppose you know everything now.
I don't, but I'm trying to.
Why? Why do you care so much? What does my father beating the crap out of my mother have to do with how Peter died?
There's something bigger going on. I can tell you. I can tell you. There's something bigger going on. I have my reasons. Ato na lang.
There's something bigger going on.
That doesn't matter. I can't take on anybody else's problems. I'm barely dealing with my own. I've been trying to forget this crap my whole life, and now I have a chance. I'm not going back to that. I'm sorry. I know you think you have good reasons, but I really need to be alone right now.
Listen.
Please, leave.
Okay.
You have such a way with people.
Are you still here?
Just leaving. Where are you going?
To visit my precious father. Not that it's any of your business. My neighbors are kind of twitchy. You better get out of here before someone calls the cops.
Okay, sunod tayo doon. So, di na talaga tayo makakapunta doon. So, balik na tayo dito sa Greenwood muna. Save ko nga muna. Sayang pag mawala yung progress natin ulit eh. Okay.
She seems less angry than she was before, but not by much.
Okay, Joey. As usual.
She shivered a bit, but no other reaction.
Trip lang.
I'm not just gonna quaint
Okay.
little thing, I guess.
Okay, so... Rosa, nasapin mo na siya.
Maggie,
Huh. I had a feeling you'd follow me here. You're not gonna leave me alone, are you? Not until I spill everything.
I'm sorry, but it's important.
Maybe it's because I'm out of that stuffy apartment. Maybe it's because when I'm here, I know he's really gone. Talking about it. The 5th step. My sponsor said I didn't have to do them in order. Many people don't. I guess now is as good a time as any. So, talk.
Tell me about your father. What did Peter do?
What did Peter do?
Nothing. Everything. He took over my dad's gym, made it successful. I hated him for it.
Why?
It's complicated. Family stuff you wouldn't understand.
I'm trying.
This is harder than I thought. Ask me again later. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay.
Maggie, I'm ready to talk about Peter again, if you are.
Like I said, he took over our dad's gym, made it successful. I hated him for it.
Why?
Why is it so hard to get this out? Look, just ask me again later. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, so balik muna tayo sa gym. hindi natin siya makausap for now. So, dito na talaga tayo ngayon.
Her name is Tanya Corsi. She's the ghost we saw on George's roof. It's a calendar with personal training bookings marked on it. The marker is attached to the board. It looks like they use it to mark the date on this calendar.
Ano ba ulit yun? March... Ano ba yung date? 18 ba yun? Hindi ko matandaan. Teka. Teka lang. Balikan ko lang. Hindi ko matandaan yung exact date eh. ko matandaan yung exact date. Teka. March 18, tama. Tama yung date na nilagay ko. March 18. Teka, bago natin papuntahin doon si Rosa, teka.
That treadmill looks like it's on its last legs. No way I'm getting on it. I'm not exactly dressed for a workout. That treadmill looks like it's on its last legs. No way I'm getting on it. She looks pretty busy. Just watching it makes me feel tired. I can't change the channel from here. It's the ladies' locker room. The men's locker room. Best I not go in there. I don't need to use the locker room. I'm not here to work out.
Ay, kapasok dito.
No.
Ayaw mo talaga, no? Sige, Joey, go. Kailangan nating i-remind si Peter do sa tatay niya. So, save ko lang ulit.
Hey, Peter?
Hey man, what can I do for you?
Check mo natin notes. Gunner Fielding.
So, tell me about your dad.
My dad. He built this gym from the ground up. He was a military guy. It was hard for me to relate to him until I joined him in the running of this place. He might be gone, but he lives on here. I make sure of it.
Maggie Fielding.
So, did you know your sister is staying in your apartment?
She is. Of course she is. She probably fell off the wagon again. Just stay out of her way.
Okay. Ito. Schedule the training session para makita niya yung date.
Say, can we reschedule that training session we set up?
Sure, we can do that. Let's go check the calendar outside. Hey, miss, you're dripping water on the floor.
Oh, sorry.
No problem, just be sure to put on sneakers or something if you want to work out. Anyway, let's check the schedule. Huh? Is that the date? Hey, listen, I'm sorry, but there's an appointment I've got to keep. Can we sort this out another day?
Sure, no problem.
Thanks.
Okay, so mukhang maililigtas na natin siya. So, Rosa. Okay, save muna natin. Okay. Nagtayo sa cemetery. Save ko lang ulit dito. Okay, so kausapin mo natin si Maggie.
Maggie, I'm ready to talk about Peter again, if you are.
Like I said, he took over our dad's gym, made it successful. I hated him for it.
Wait, what? Don't you remember how miserable I was? Drifting from job to job, hating all of them. Running Dad's gym was something I was good at. I thought you'd be happy for me.
Didn't Peter have lots of jobs he hated before he started working at the gym? Couldn't you be happy for him?
Happy? Happy that he took my father's name and made it revered?
I don't see the problem here.
The people in the neighborhood love that gym. They come by and say what a nice old man Connor Fielding was. And what a shame he died. And how nice that his son took up his legacy. Legacy. A legacy of bruises and hiding in the dark.
Bruises? What are you talking about?
You always believed her when she said she was clumsy. It was like some horrible after-school special.
Maggie, you're not saying what I think you're saying.
You never knew, did you, Peter? So wrapped up in yourself. You never saw what he was doing.
Why didn't you ever tell me?
Mom hid it from both of us, and I was too scared to say anything. In the end, it was just easier to say nothing and hate you. And now it's too late. For what it's worth, I don't hate you anymore, Peter. But I need to get on with my life. Goodbye, brother.
Goodbye? What do you mean, goodbye?
Sorry, I should go.
Maggie, wait! Maggie! I never knew! I swear, I never knew. I just don't understand.
Ayun, nagising din.
Huh?
Siya pala yung isang ano dun, yung isang
My
grave.
God,
I'm sorry, Peter.
I remember. The ladder. It broke. Oh man, I don't feel so good.
Right, we don't have a lot of time. Peter, I need you to grab a hold of this.
What the heck is that thing?
No time, just grab. Well, that was close.
Did it work?
Let's get back and find out.
Hey, look who's here. Pete's safe and sound.
Safe as a dead guy can be, anyway.
Sorry, I know this is not exactly the reunion we expected after all this time. But you have no idea. I thought you were... Well, I explained that already.
So, Madeline, you got your spook. What have you learned?
It is interesting. This spirit is experiencing what would be considered nausea in a living person.
It figures. I've never had a stomach virus in my life until I died.
He is being pulled. There is the signature of another spirit at work.
A signature?
Yes, I can see it. It is faint, but I can see it. Only the power of this circle is stopping it from gaining a foothold. Unfortunately, it is too faint for me to see anything useful. And we dare not lower the circle. I need to examine another soul. One that is marked like this one.
And by another soul, you mean Heather, don't you?
Heather, is she involved in this?
We all are, Pete. We all are.
This is all too much. First my sister, and now...
It won't be much longer. One way or the other, we'll finish this.
Okay, so...
He's definitely lost in thought. Peter?
Oh, hi, Rosangela, was it?
Yeah, that's me.
Mike's been telling me about you. So you've been doing this a while, huh?
For about 4 years. These days, it's pretty much all we do.
I don't envy you, but I'm glad.
Father Michael?
Yeah?
Did Heather ever talk about Ray? Her, boss?
Sadly, no. I'm sorry.
Okay. So
I
problema
guess
na,
we should get going.
Godspeed.
so problema na lang natin talaga si Heather, paano natin siya ililigtas. So save ko muna ulit. Actually, gawa muna ako ng second save. Balikan ko yung isang file. May check lang ako. Save. Okay, tapos teka. I-load ko yung isang file natin, tapos check ko yung check ko lang yung check ko lang yung grade. Di siya nakatakip. Kala ko pwede natin mabasa. Natakpan pala ng hangin. So dito muna. Okay, so burahin ko na yon. Balik ko yung main file save natin to sa main file natin. Tapos delete ko yung isang file. Okay. delete. Okay. Check natin achievements. Okay. 15 of 18. So, tatlo na lang. Yung isa pwede natin makuha pag natapos na tong campaign. Yung natitirang dalawa, kukunin ko na lang on a separate campaign. Okay. So, check ko yung time natin. Okay. May 10 minutes pa tayo. So, paano ba natin to gagawin? Teka lang guys Okay, teka. So, hindi tayo pwede, talagang wala na yung mga yon. So, okay, header na lang talaga. Actually, yung apartment pa ni ni George. Balikan nga natin to si Tanya. Teka. Joey. Hindi pa natin siya naililigtas eh.
Hi there.
Hello again, mister. What brings you by?
May kilala kang May kilala kang
Do you know anyone named Ray?
Ray? Is that all you got?
I think Ray might be involved in prostitution. Ring any bells?
That's more of a late night news kind of story. I'm early morning. We're all about the rainbows and sunshine.
Okay.
You sure you don't know anything about the Ray I mentioned?
Sorry, no.
You sure you don't know anything about...
Sorry.
Umulit lang. Heather Goffstein.
Do you know a Heather Goffstein?
No.
Come on. That note on the floor, it has Heather written on it.
So, like I told you, it has no meaning to me. I don't know any Heather.
Okay. Wala tayong magagawa dito, so...
Well, Tanya, I have to get going, but I'll see you around.
Ta.
Okay, Rosa. Labas na tayo dito. Wala. Wala tayo, so far, wala tayo idea dito, so... So, balikan natin si Heather. Joey. Save ko muna.
Excuse me, Heather?
Oh, hi. What's up?
Okay.
I have it on good authority that you were part of the Grace Group.
I told you, I don't know anything about any Grace group.
You sure you don't know Father Michael? He was part of the Grace Group, like you.
I don't know him, and I don't know any Grace group. Please stop asking about it.
Do you know a Tanya Corsi?
I don't think so. Sorry.
Okay, Benjiro.
Do you know a guy named Benjiro?
I can't really say one way or the other. Sorry. I could get into trouble.
Teka.
Well, Heather, I have to get going.
Sure. Drop by anytime.
Malapit na rin yung time guys eh. So, teka. Save ko lang. Pero meron pa ako i-check bago ko i-quit. Teka. Susubukan lang ako sandali.
There's no Benjiro listed as any of Ray's clients.
Okay, so wala. So, Anyway, end na nating episode dito guys. So, wala na akong maisip eh. So, saka malapit yung time natin. So, okay. Okay, Kersan Velosa signing off guys. Teka, dali lang. Okay. Kersan Velosa signing off guys. Next episode na ulit.